consumer debt in America just hit a record high. And no, it's not because everyone suddenly decided to go on a shopping spree. We're talking over $1 trillion in credit card balances alone, and the wild part is that most of it wasn't spent on vacations or flat screens. Here's the thing nobody wants to say out loud. For millions of households, credit cards aren't a luxury tool anymore, they're a survival mechanism. When your paycheck doesn't stretch far enough to cover rent, groceries, and gas, the card becomes the bridge between now and the next payday. So how do we get here? Think of it like a treadmill that keeps speeding up while your legs stay at the same pace. Wages have inched forward, but the cost of actually living has sprinted ahead. That gap, quiet and persistent, is the engine behind this entire debt crisis. Housing costs have nearly doubled in many markets over the last decade. Food prices are up dramatically post-pandemic, and energy bills have become a monthly anxiety trigger. Meanwhile, the median wage increase for most workers has barely kept pace with what economists politely call core inflation, which, as you've probably noticed, doesn't feel core at all when you're at the register. This wasn't supposed to be the story. Back in 2021, stimulus checks were flowing, savings rates hit record highs, and economists were cautiously optimistic that households had finally built a financial cushion. Fast forward to today, and that cushion has been completely hollowed out, replaced by revolving balances and minimum payments. The psychological weight of that reversal is real. There's a special kind of exhaustion that comes from feeling like you're doing everything right, working, budgeting, cutting back, and still watching your balance climb month after month. Experts like economist Claudia Sahm have pointed out that this is a structural problem, not a behavioral one, meaning the issue isn't that people are spending irresponsibly, it's that the system itself has created conditions where debt becomes inevitable. And yet, the popular narrative still loves to blame the avocado toast. Here's your history lesson. This isn't the first time America has been here. In the late 1980s, consumer debt ballooned as real wages stagnated. And in 2007 and 2008, over-leveraged households were the accelerant that turned a housing correction into a full-blown financial crisis. Every cycle feels unique in the moment, but the fingerprints are always the same, wages fall behind, credit fills the gap, and eventually something snaps. One common misconception is that high credit card debt means people are living beyond their means out of pure choice. What the data actually shows is that necessities, not discretionary spending, now make up an outsized share of what's being financed on credit, which is a fundamentally different and far more concerning dynamic. So what do you actually do with this information if you're trying to build wealth in this environment? The answer isn't to panic or to pretend the macro forces don't exist, it's to position yourself on the right side of the structural shift. Real assets, particularly income-producing real estate, have historically been one of the most effective hedges against the exact inflation-wage mismatch we're living through right now. The discipline here isn't about picking the perfect moment, it's about building a system, staying consistent with your strategy, and managing your position size so that no single bet breaks you. Process beats prediction every single time. And the investors who came out of 2008 stronger weren't the ones who called the bottom. They were the ones who had a plan before the chaos started. At the end of the day, this isn't a doom and gloom story, it's a wake-up call with a map attached. Understanding that structural forces, not personal failure, are driving the debt surge means you can respond rationally rather than emotionally. And rational preparation, even in an irrational environment, is always a competitive advantage. The irony of this whole situation is almost poetic. The same economic conditions that are squeezing consumers are simultaneously creating generational opportunities for those positioned to move deliberately and with discipline. Volatility isn't the enemy, it's the price of admission for long-term wealth building. So take a breath, look at the data clearly, and remember that the goal isn't to beat the system in a single trade, it's to stay in the game long enough to let compounding, consistency, and real asset ownership do the heavy lifting. Discipline, sizing, and patience aren't exciting, but they are the actual formula. Whether you're ready to start investing in real estate, need contracting work done on a property, or want to connect with lenders who understand this environment, we can help you take that first step. So check out our links in the description below.